All right. The season 4 live stream will be happening on Monday. And from what it seems, it's going to be at -13, so 7 a.m. EST, which is honestly a pretty good time. Now, we have the link for the JP one, but not the KR one. And it's gonna last an hour, which, I mean, fair enough. I don't know if it's live or not, but I'm gonna guess it is since these guys have polls and all that. Now there's also the KR one happening at 7 a.m. too, which is really interesting. Now, as we can see, this looks like a chalkboard, so it makes sense that we're back to Clover Academy. But there is other information that I'm going to show, showing from the leaks. Now, it doesn't show the link here, so I can't really, can't really do much with that. But it seems that they're actually going to make a live compared to a video this time. But we're going to have to see. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem like it's a live, but there's nothing like really saying that. There's a broadcasting, but I don't know. So both are at scheduled. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But both are at 7 a.m. And that's pretty good because before this one came out like 2 days later than the JP one, which honestly sucks because like we already know the characters, but they did reveal Julius, right? Like actually showing us some of his gameplay. They showed us the actual gameplay from the seasonal units, and they showed us more information. Like if we go to this one, let's just show what they talked about real quick before we actually get into what we could find. Oh, no, not the right video. All right, so like we saw the gameplay, right? And something really cool is there was a whole trailer. Now they showed us the raid, and then they showed us like all 4 of the things. So like we were able to see the new event, right? But then in total, like we saw all the new contents, but I guess I skipped it here. So like this thing, we saw this thing, right? So they showed us more stuff than the JP one. So I hope that's the same case because I will be watching the KR one, but I'll be watching both in general, right? Now, obviously, we always get 3 new seasonals, and this time it is the Clover Academy. Yep. So we actually know the 3 units that it should be, right? And then we're going to talk a bit about their kits, but we already did that in a previous video, but not many people saw it, so we'll redo that. So it should be Charlotte as a teacher, Fuego as a gym teacher, and then Jack, which honestly pretty cool. 3 captains, 3 teachers. I find it funny that Jack's a math teacher, but hey, let's actually talk about what they do and then talk about other things we should be seeing this season. Now, Charlotte is going to, from what it seems, be just a different version of Sally. Like, she gives penetration on skill 1, but then afterwards she gives magic attack, crit damage, and then removes debuffs from all allies. Now, I think she is going to be a bit of a better version of Sally, but not by much. Now, the thing is, Sally herself on her skill 2 is just single target. Like, she only gets 1 ally for magic attack and crit rate, where this is for all allies magic attack, which is even better. Because you could give this to Rades and then Noelle, and then they both shield up. And if Charlotte has high speed, she's going to be amazing. Now, the ult is a bit interesting. So, basically, it's going to be giving rapid growth to 1 ally, and then a chance for everyone to get rapid growth. Then weapon enhancement, so increased damage outright. Now, the rapid growth is if you take damage, and you have rapid growth, you get X% crit rate for X turns, and you can stack up to a certain amount of times. And this is going to be pretty decent, especially with the crit damage, all depending on how long the crit damage is. But no, like skill 2 is looking very good. The ultimate we'll have to see. And you got to realize they could change. These kits can change. We don't even have the passives yet. And we do have the Grimoire skill, but we don't have the Grimoire passive. It gives debuff immunity to a designated ally. I mean, it's fine. Not really crazy, but debuff immunity could be pretty nice in some cases. But overall, Charlotte, let's go back and looking at her. Charlotte, right? Oh, wrong one. So Charlotte, looking pretty good. Now, next up, we've got Fuegoleon, this guy right here. Now, Fuego is actually one of my favorites. I think that Jack might be my favorite if they make him a bit better. But let's talk about him. So, skill 1. X% chance to burn an enemy dealing DLT. Inflicts an enemy with reduced magic attack for X turns for each instance of burn damage the enemy is taking. Now, the second one. Inflicts reduced magic attack on an enemy and then inflicts burn guaranteed, dealing DLT. Pretty good. I think getting the guaranteed magic attack reduction plus burn is nice, depending on how high his magic attack is, or attack, but either it's usually going to be magic attack for a unit like Fuegoleon. Now, afterwards, you've got inflicts disarm on all enemies, and then X% chance to inflict burn on an enemy. And considering that the disarm is AoE, this should also be AoE, so he has an AoE ult, hopefully high scaling for the ultimate. But the main thing you want is high stats on a burn units for the burns to be good. Now, he has 2 single target burns than this, and his skill 1 is not that good because you want reduced magic attack before people put up their shields, but this, you're not using your skill 1 turn 1, right? And they also have to have burn for it to apply the reduced magic attack, so to me this isn't crazy. Skill 2 though, you could maybe put it on depending, but I like it honestly. Then the disarm also is nice. Then this is what I really like, the spread. So spreads X instances of DLT a designated target is taking to all enemies. I think that this is nice. If everyone has like two, if everyone has one and then one has two, and you choose the one with two and then you spread that could be really nice. I think that burn might be coming back in meta. I think they're trying, and I really hope they make him a bit better, because if they do and he has high speed or just really high attack stats, we're chilling, right? Like, he'll actually be pretty good, and I'm really excited to use this Fuego. Now, next up, we've got the Jack. This guy right here with his little protractors. And by the way, let me just scroll a bit up. Why I'm saying this is, look, so Charlotte has her book, which makes sense why she's the new seasonal Charlotte schoolgirl. He has his tennis racket, which Fuegoleon is literally has a tennis racket in his hand. And then Jack has his little triangle protractor thingy, which he literally has there, right? So that's why I'm saying that it's those three and why it's those skins, right? Now, Jack, okay, so he grants after, I think he's interesting, but not good. He is like Kafka if you guys play Star Rail. So attacks after granting increased attack upon having X or more SP. Pretty worthless because usually you use your skill 1 after your ult. Now skill 2 inflicts explode on all enemies, where if they have a DLT, you inflict it once on an enemy that is taking it, then remove it. So the minute you use this skill, you get it explodes. I think it's not that great. I think that also it being removed is probably the worst part, but him not doing anything else on this isn't that crazy. Now, if he does have if he does attack alongside the DLT, that could be good, but I don't think you wanting to use him alongside another DPS is the craziest, but we'll have to see how it works. Now, ult grants an extra turn when attacking an enemy while HP is at 0% or more, so just be alive is what they're saying. And then attacks after granting X% increased damage dealt when attacking a debuffer. I hate this. When attacking a specific role, it's just so bad. And there's not even a new debuffer coming out, so I don't know. Really weird now. The Grimoire skill, if an explode effect activates, grants X% increased damage dealt for X turns. Now, what I don't like is that he's about exploding for skill 2. That's his main thing. But then he wants to do damage with his other skills, but then his skill 2 isn't doing damage from him. So I don't know. Now, these three are probably the not most mediocre bunch, because season 3 was something. But I think we'll have to see. Charlotte is looking nice. Give her higher speed than Sally, and then we're in business. Sally right now, I think with dupes, has 108 speed. We'll have to see though. But they can give supporters a lot of speed. Like Ghosh. Where's Ghosh? Ghosh got 112, I think. 116 when you max them out. So they could do a lot. And I think they want to. So we'll have to see. Now, except for that, from this season, we're gonna be getting probably oh wait, I passed it. We're gonna be getting this new advanced gear dungeon, which we have a bit of information on. Let me pull up the information that we do have. So you can acquire high rarity equipment in advanced gear dungeon. Black crystals are required when playing gear dungeon for the second and third time. If you clear the quest by consuming black crystals, you will have a chance to obtain a gear selection box. I had to blow my nose. So, this is pretty decent. Basically, it's gonna be okay. Now, if you clear the quest by consuming black crystals, you will have a chance to obtain a gear selection box. This is pretty good. As long as it takes like 10-20 crystals, I'm fine with this. But if it's taking like 100-200, then this is shit. Now, I like that you can get high rarity equipment. Probably gonna be LR equipment. I think that requiring black crystals though for the second and third time is bad, but at least you get it once free. If it goes up to like 50-60, this is just a scam. But overall, not looking too bad. So we should be getting this since it's already like in game. And except for that, hopefully the other raid comes back, because right now for this raid we don't really have the skill page dupes. I got 5 days left to get it. I should be able to, but we only have the skill page dupes. But I want them to bring back like the actual universal dupes. At least one, bro. At least one we need. So if they bring back, like, give me one, I'm happy. I'm a happy man. But if they don't, it's gonna suck. So yeah, hopefully the Belted Gigas raid comes back. But except for that, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna guess that the next banner is good, because they even dropped a bait banner, which I did 2 multis on, because I'm like, well, if I get Mars, that's good. But if I don't, then not really a big problem, right? But this was a pretty good banner. Skill pages are pretty nice, but I just wanted to max out my Mars since I'm missing 1 dupe, but I did not, so unlucky. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know, do you guys think that the season 4 units will be good? Are you hyped for them, or are you just waiting for global still? So with that said, I'm done. I'll see you in the next one.